Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1. Beam me up, my juice little lights. Thank you. Little light, you're delicious and bright. Now then, the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. Right, the frost is still out there this afternoon, my delicious little babies. So it's rather slippery. And while I was out this morning, oh, God bless, one of my lovely little neighbours across the way from me said, you know, just watch yourself, Carla, because it's rather slippery. Do you see what I mean? I said, I will. See, isn't that lovely? You know, because they nearly slipped themselves. God love them. Anyway, God bless them. Anyway, so I did my walking and come back. Now then, yes, so it's still very frosty on the rooftops, okay, my delicious babies. So that explains to you that it is rather cold in my neck of the woods. So I've got an itch, my delicious babies, but it may differ in other places, okay, my delicious babies. Now then, so what do we got for you? Just going over the dots here, where I wrote criminal. Right, now then, let's get to the first one, shall we, my delicious little babies? Now, I have listened to this, my delicious little babies, on the Alex Jones show, you know, over the pond in old America. Now then, and he speaks to a man called, Steve Kirsch, is it? Steve Kirsch. Anyway, but what it is, because that video with Alex Jones, because it is over 3 hours long now, delicious little babies, okay? So what it is, somebody else has uploaded it, okay? Because I watched it on Alex Jones, yes, InfoWars, but this one here, my delicious little babies. So what you need to do, you need to please and thank you. If you type into a search engine of your choice, BitChute, please scroll down, news and politics, and bang, you're on there, okay, my delicious little babies, yes? Now then, this uploader, I have mentioned them a number of times. They happen to have 5,898 subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay, on BitChute. And they're called Strange News, okay, my delicious little babies. And the video should read, bombshell, New Zealand whistleblower exposes COVID, the COVID mass genocide plan. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Bombshell, New Zealand whistleblower exposes COVID mass genocide plan. Okay, my delicious little babies, you know, like I said, you know, just going over the dots here, you know, criminal. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so so I've been listening to this. Now then, this is to do with a man who's a whistleblower. Well, you see, here's what I've got to say before I move on and proceed with what I'm going to say, okay? What it is with me, my delicious little babies, that doesn't mean that. You see, all of a sudden, I've said this before and I'm going to repeat it again, okay? You know, you're hearing all of a sudden, you know, these whistleblowers. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? And, you know, like I said, you know, I repeat again, you know, better late than never. But what I want to know is, where were they at the time? My delicious little babies, going back to 2021. That's what I want to know, my delicious little babies. Do you see I was stumbling then? Okay? So anyway, you can also listen, so you can listen to this, okay, but you can also, I do believe, I'll repeat it again, I think his name is Steve Kirsch. Well, that's what I wrote down, my delicious little babies, okay. Yes, and you can also hear him on Twitter, apparently, you know, my delicious little babies. Others call it X, I still call it Twitter, okay. Because they still, there we are, con merchants anyway, my delicious little babies. And I've also wrote down to do with this Steve Kirsch, and anyway, and he's talking about, you know, the whistleblower, okay, my delicious little babies. So basically what's happening is that, well, it appears, a figure of speech that, well, the cat's out of the bag, isn't it? My delicious little babies, which of course, we knew ding ding dong dong long time. Do you see what I mean? So now it appears that they've got the data, okay? And this is the first time, apparently, that this has happened in the world to do with this, okay? My delicious little babies, okay? And this is to do with, very sadly, the passings. And like I do say a number of times on my videos, we can only say God bless me, everybody, God love them globally. Whoever's very sadly had the care of little babies and whatever was in it, that particular, okay, did not agree with them, and very sadly they are no longer here with us, okay? So, but like I've also said, I very much doubt, God love them all, that they will be resting in peace, my little babies. Of course, because the way I see it is, that there we are, justice must be served. Okay, I'm not inciting anything, I'm just done saying it. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, yes, this date is out, my delicious little babies, and you can, if you go on to, is it Twitter? Yes. You can actually, there we are, download the information. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So, it was interesting to listen to my delicious little babies. And, yes, it was totally explaining, what they wanted to do to us all, okay. Very sadly, they have managed, shall we say, to do, there we are, grave damage, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, but, and that doesn't mean, so yes, so it's well worth a listen, my delicious little babies, okay, so, it's only a matter of time, isn't it? This is what I say, isn't it now? It's only a matter of time before, before these things come out, but like I said, why has it taken, there we are, say it again, why has it taken all this time? And very sadly, there's been other doctors, God love them, okay, my delicious little babies, including, yes, and I thought about that the other day actually, and somebody had mentioned, yes, Brandy Vaughan as well. Of course, we already know about, not in that way, not in that way, and not in that way, not in that way with anybody who I advertise. Our lovely Dr. Buttar, Rashid Buttar, you said to me. See, we must never forget, okay, my delicious babies, plus the amount of doctors and nurses who very sadly have been, let's just say, very sadly removed from our earth as well, my delicious little babies, do you say? So we must never forget about any of this, the ones who really tried hard, to get information out and, to do their best to care. Even though they knew that, God bless, it's figure of speech, they were going to have the, the book thrown at them. Do you see what I mean? Yet still, there we are, they did it. God love them all, God bless them, okay? Because clearly they were ones who, there we are, a figure of speech again, my delicious little babies, I love little rats, it's figure of speech, okay? But they could smell a rat, couldn't they? My delicious little babies, do you say? And now, of course, it's happening now, isn't it? Anybody who, says anything, in the so-called medical field, well, what happens now? They either get threatened or they have their licences removed. I mean, look at the other woman now, Dr. Tenpenny. Well, she had her licence removed. There was another top doctor in Australia. I mentioned that months ago. Sorry, my delicious little babies. Where, because he was following all of the, with what was going on. And that was to do with pregnancies and to do with everything else. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Well, he his licence removed as well, my delicious little babies, do you see? So, you know, so the fact of the matter is, okay, is that this is the damn truth of what's been going on, my delicious little babies, do you see? Anybody who wanted to speak the truth or say, there we are, say what was going on, okay? Well, you know, I mean, I'll tell you another video which took me back. It was months and months and months ago. I'll have it wrote down somewhere, my delicious little babies. That was on a brand new tube at the time, my delicious little babies, on brand new tube. And this was where this gentleman went into the hospital. I forgot where it was now. Was it in England or was it in... I think it was in the UK, my delicious little babies, I think. And he went in to go and get his friend out of the hospital. Because you see, if his dear friend had stayed there any longer, my delicious little babies, well, very sadly, he would not have been there anymore. Well, you know what I mean? He would have been there for a short time until we know what. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, you know? And of course, you know, you had nurses there at the time, you know, because I was watching the video, my delicious little babies, do you see? And of course, they were trying their best, you know, and doctors, you know, to stop this gentleman going in to go and get his friend out. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But I tell you what, God loved that gentleman. Not in that way, not in that way. But let me tell you, he was done. There we are, telling the flipping doctors and nurses, do you see what I mean? And he was saying to his dear friend, he says, come on, he says, get your things together. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And that was going back, way back. Was that, that's got to be, is it a year and a half ago, over that? My delicious little babies, but God love him. And he saved, there we are, God bless him, his dear friend's life. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Because otherwise, we know what would have happened, there we are. We've been knowing a long time what's been, there we are, what's been happening. Do you see? And that's why, my delicious little babies, I don't care what anyone tells me, I don't care. I mean, I know delicious little babies, not in that way, who've gone into hospital, yes, and I've known them come out. But I've also known my delicious little babies, God bless the beautiful dear little souls, who very sadly have not came out in this over 2 years, my delicious little babies, do you see? So I've seen both sides of the coin. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes? So no, I still feel the same. I'm not going to change. Not at all. Do you see? Because it's disgusting behaviour. What, just so they can carry on getting the ka-ching, turning a blind eye for some, not all. Turning a blind eye, doctors, nurses, consultants and everything, yes? I mean, not to mention that there's been that many flipping surgeons who do not know the flipping backside from the effing Albert, you know what I mean? With some bodged up flipping awful operations. Do you see, my delicious little babies? So no, you know, forgive me if I do not have much faith in the medical so-called system. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And this has not just been happening now. What it is, you see, it's been, how can I put it? There we are, more highlighted, shall we say, with others, God bless, who are waking up. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And they're now seeing, there we are, do you see what I mean, okay? But yet, you've still got, just so that they can get the wages, you know what I mean? They know that it's wrong. There we are, they know it's wrong. And yet still, what do? It's still going on. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So no, I don't want to, do you understand what I mean? I have my view, so I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. When somebody says, oh, but you know, I needed to keep my job, I needed to get a job. No! There's absolutely no excuse, not in the so-called medical field, the so-called poxy flipping, effing flipping, with all of them flipping effing, right? And I'm not talking about every single doctor and nurse. No, I'm not. Okay? But let me tell you, for most, there we are. They got no skin on the bird race. Do you know what I mean? It's like follow the leaders, you know, do as you're told. Even though you know that there's a strong possibility, a strong chance of somebody living. Do you see? And then they think they got the right, just through orders, to just take what they want. Which very sadly happens to be, there we are, the lives of others. Do you see? So no, I will continue to be this way. Yes, I will. I will never ever forgive. I do not care, and that doesn't mean no, my delicious babies. I will never ever, in a million years, ever forgive. No, I will not. I'm not a bad woman. No, I am not a bad woman. Anybody who knows me anyway, I'm not even going down that road. I do not see, really, on videos, why I should even have to say that. Okay, I know who I am. And I know that if somebody said to me, put this in, no, I wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? So if I had to take my flipping uniform off, there and then, in the hospital, believe me on this one, I would be done doing it. Do you see what I mean? And while I'm at it, I effing through it, effing at them. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes? So no, I have a very different view, my delicious little babies, of how I see things. Do you see? I mean, what did I hear? Oh, that was it, my delicious little babies. That's what I forgot to tell you. You know that dear lady, the elderly lady, oh God, bless her beautiful dear little soul, okay? Who I told you, who I went to her funeral on Monday. God love her. That's what it was. Somebody had told me, okay, my delicious little babies, I completely forgot to say it on my videos. Somebody had told me that it wasn't her dear husband, it was a dear boyfriend, you know, who she was with you know, for the years before he passed away, God love him. Went into, and this is going back years ago now, my delicious babies, went into the hospital. Oh, I'll tell you who it was. It was a dear gentleman, my dear mate, who took me. He told me. He said it was such a shame for, and the dear gentleman's name, her dear boyfriend's name, okay, that she had for many years, okay, after her dear husband had very sadly passed, okay, that he said it was such a shame, you know, Carla. He says because he went into hospital. He said it was to do with his leg, you know, just a normal leg operation. Well, if anybody will call things normal these days, whatever our definition of normal is. And he passed away in the hospital. So, and apparently this is something where he could have got better. So if somebody can please answer me that one, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? I'm all ears. Do you see? Okay, so that dear gentleman should never have passed. He should never ever, there we are, have passed at that time. So how did that happen, my delicious little babies? Do you say? You hear too many things now. You know, I've got other dear little, you know, mates, okay? And, you know, and waiting for an operation, had another operation that was ballsed up, God bless. So why is this happening now? Can you see? And why are they letting surgeons, okay, what is it, in name only? In name only. Do you say? Why are they letting them loose with tools? I'll just call them tools. Why are they letting them loose with tools to do operations on the dear ones' bodies, God bless? I'm not saying that there has not been some good surgeons over the decades. I'm not saying that, my delicious little babies, okay? Because there is very few and far between, clearly, over the decades. Do you see what I mean? But there is, okay? But let me tell you, the bad outweighs the good. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes? And I wouldn't trust it. I mean, please, dear God, Jesus Christ and Nazareth, please and thank you, keep me out of the hospital. I wouldn't trust them one bit. What about other dear babies as well? God bless them, where they thought that they'd been, what's it called, where you have an anaesthetic for an operation. And it turns out they haven't had an anaesthetic at all. And they're in severe pain. Yes, I heard about that flipping decades ago as well, where they're in severe pain. They cannot speak out. Do you see what I mean? Yes. You hear all these horror stories, my delicious little babies, do you say? So no, I have a very different view. And of course, you know, then you've got other doctors and nurses we heard over the years, and the old bill, and in all different professions, well, so-called professions, what they call them, right? And where they're not really, I've spoke to some, my delicious little babies. I've spoke to some. And who were, there we are, that's reminding me, ex-nurses, you know, from when I was doing my care work. All there's years ago, my delicious little babies. See, stumbled again, didn't I? And they actually said they never went into it. I swear down. They said, we never went into it, Carla. They said, you know, they said, we went into it. They said that we were going to get our pension. Look at that then. And they're supposed to be oh so caring. Yes, have to look at things a lot closer, my delicious little babies, do you say? And of course, if it was like that then decades ago, there we are, then ding, ding, dong, dong, it's going to be the same now. Do you say? I mean, there's ones who do care work, God love them. They do care work, and they do it because they genuinely care for the elders, you know, for the elderly, God bless them. Whether it's, you know, driving round, you know, or working in a nursing home. But you got others where either they cannot, for whatever reason, get another job, okay, then they find themselves there when they really just do not want to be there. My delicious babies, well, you see, here's what I would say to them. If that's their attitude and they do not really care, then flipping effing trap. Because their service is not required. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes? But this is the thing now, where there used to be care in the world, where there used to be, where ones, you know, I'm not saying that others do not care. I'm not saying that, my delicious little babies, but if you go back all those decades ago in hospitals, there we are, I'm stumbling again, in hospitals and everything, you know, where they used to care, the nurses, all of them used, there we are, to be so caring. Well, from what we've been seeing, my delicious babies, that really just does not appear to be the case, does it? I'm not saying about every single one, no, because let's face it, for most, the ones, especially when they first started rolling out the care, my delicious babies, and like I said to you, I've known ones who, God love them, excuse me, walked out to their job roles. They said, no, we're not taking anything. Do you say? And you know, they had a struggle, you know, because they're married. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes. And they struggled, you know, they had a house and a mortgage and everything, but you had the husband working there now until the dear wife could get another job. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? I mean, mind you, there we are, from what I have heard, and that was months ago, my delicious babies, God bless. But yes, you know, they have now got jobs. Do you see what I mean? So it's a bit of a struggle for a while when you just got one wage coming in. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? But the fact of the matter is that, you know, they were adamant that there was not going to have any. Do you see what I mean? Because that's forcing. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Do you see? So that's what I have to say there now then. Maybe I've gone on a bit anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I wanted to better out than in. Wanted to get it out. Now then, another thing I'd like to say to you. I've known about this. There we are. I don't know why I haven't mentioned this before, actually, my delicious little babies. Cloves, okay? Cloves are very good for you, okay? Now then, yeah, because I'm going to be talking to somebody who I know, actually, about these cloves, okay, my delicious babies, because they can do lots of different things, okay, my delicious babies. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, okay? It's only from what I've listened to, and there we are, from what I've read upon, okay, my delicious babies, but, you know, just something to keep in mind, okay, my delicious babies. Now then, I've been talking about this now for flipping years, there we are, I have, okay, my delicious babies, and everybody knows, because I've done other videos, okay, to do with salt and that. You see, when you talk to somebody, say for example, which I have, there we are, over the years, and they're not very well, okay? So they could have, God love them, God bless them, they could have a condition, okay? Maatelijk babies. And I mean, one of the most common ones that I hear is, you know, you mention grapefruit and they say, no, we cannot have grapefruit. So, okay, cannot have grapefruit, okay. It's a fruit, isn't it? You know, citrus, but it's a fruit, isn't it? I mean, I personally, there we are, love grapefruit. I love most fruits anyway. My delicious babies, there's very few that I dislike. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But the other one is the salt. Now, how many times, I mean, I mentioned, you know, over months, and of course for years there we are about salt, but ones who seem to have conditions for whatever reason now, okay, they say, oh no, the doctor, you know, they're friendly, quack quack, do you see what I mean, said to them, oh no, you mustn't have salt. Well, I've been done, there we are, for years saying it. Our bodies, we need salt in our bodies. So what the crock of sharp then is these doctors talking about? Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? See, this is the problem. They go to the flipping universities, okay, my delicious babies, and then they come out, and that doesn't mean that, and then they come out effing flipping brainwashed. Do you see what I mean? I mean, since when can I not even pick up, say, the older doctors were the brilliant ones, you know, my delicious babies, the older ones where they had all the encyclopedias and they had everything, do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, yes? Anyway, so what's wrong with them then doing research? My delicious babies, I mean, if they, say for example, you know, did not know much, do you understand what I mean? Just do a little bit of exploring. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? You know, maybe if they couldn't find something on one, you know, one search engine, try another search engine, ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense. But no, they do not think like that, do they? They're just trained to think a certain way. It's like I said, I've been done saying it for years and years. You go to a doctor, you know, unless you were, I mean, one of the best ever doctors I ever went to go and see, okay, my delicious babies, and I swear to dear God, okay, and it happened to be to do with a tummy complaint, okay, my delicious babies, I'm going back years now, and this doctor happened to be there in place of another doctor, in other words, a locum. And dear God, Jesus Christ and Nazareth, thank you, my beautiful dear little God, Jesus Christ and angels, okay, that I'm very thankful that I do not have to go to doctors, do you know what I mean, or in my life it's been very rare, do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies, yes? But anyway, this locum, God bless him, and he was Chinese. I've said it months ago on one of my other videos, and so I went, as you do, and you know, you lay on the couch. I've got a healing couch as well, my delicious babies, okay? So it's like that, okay? A metal one, the same. Anyway, and all he did, I swear down, no word of a lie, my delicious babies, he just gently put his hands on my tummy. And I swear to dear God, there we are, and I'm telling the truth, swear down, looking straight in the camera, that I tell you what, I never needed any medication, I never needed anything, but because I'm a healer, do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, and that dear Chinese doctor, there we are, God bless him, was also a healer, do you see? He'd done something, and I swear to you, I did not need no medication whatsoever. So whatever he'd done, he'd healed whatever was in my tummy area. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? I cannot remember what it was now. For the life of me. I cannot remember, my delicious little babies, okay? Because, of course, you know when you have your little babies and everything, do you understand what I mean? Yes, and you will have the odd... I mean, I'm not saying this to hurt or offend any dear woman, any dear lady out there who has experienced problems. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that... my main times where I've ever had to go into a doctor's really is when I had my baby daughters. Oh, how I love them, so do you see what I mean? Yes, but I was never really one for doctors and everything, you know, your friendly quack quacks, do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies. I've never been that way, do you see? And I've always tried to, if I can, find, you know, another way to heal myself. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. So just to get to the point now. So when others say, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, neither would I want to be. There's nothing wrong with salt, my delicious little babies. Okay. So please, a good piece of advice. You just look into things. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay, and if you're not happy with, Google, then my suggestion would be my delicious little babies. It's the only search engine that I use, my delicious little babies. Quack, quack, go, duck, duck, go. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. That's just the one that I prefer. Out of all of them, there we are. I just prefer duck, duck, go. I mean, others may disagree. They may try another search engine of their choice. Well, that's up to them, isn't it? They're themselves, sorry. I'm myself, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? And my view is I like, duck, duck, go. So, yes, so this is what I'm saying to you. It's like I said months ago as well, didn't I? My delicious little babies, that's another one where the flipping effing scammed everyone. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, yes. When to do with cholesterol. And again, my delicious little babies, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, and neither would I want to be. But yeah, they scammed everyone there then, didn't they? My delicious little babies. Okay, because there's no such thing as cholesterol. And as regards to the salt, okay, it actually lowers, only from what I've heard and read, it actually lowers blood pressure, not raises it. Do you see? So you have to see what's going on here, my delicious little babies, and not only that, but all the flipping effing lies. Like liar, liar, your bum's on fire, because that's all they seem to have effing done, isn't it? Is flipping lied and effing scammed everybody. Do you see? For ones who thought, and I've listened to flipping horror stories, what was that latest lady, when was that now? That was a couple of months ago, where they said she had, what did they say she had now? Where did I see that? It wasn't on BitChute. No, it wasn't. I think it could have been on YouTube, my delicious babies. And it just, sorry, excuse me, came up on my feed, my delicious little babies, okay? And what it was is that this lady, what was she taking for all them years? She was taking something, my delicious babies. I cannot remember now. I'll have to try and remember and then let you know another time. She just came into me noddle for some reason. What happened to her? She had something happened to her face. And you know what it was? It was an experimental drug that they were using. There we are. I'm trying to remember. Was it in America or Canada? It was in one of those places, right? Well, she was so flipping sick. It was just unreal. So poorly, it was just unreal. Okay, Martin Shkrabis, and very sadly, God love her, she's no longer here because, when they were doing the video and it was to do with when she was alive, my delicious little babies. But yes, there we are. She put her trust. What was it that I'm trying to flipping think now. I can see her now. I can see him, little darling, but I just cannot flipping... Forgot what it was for. But they said something was wrong with her, right? They kept giving her this medication. How many years did it go on for? I think 8 years. 8 years. I tell you what, it made her so ill. And her body and everything. And her face and everything. Was there a lawsuit to do with that? I think there was. My delicious little babies, yes. But, to me, okay, I get it, that, maybe, the ka-ching had come in handy for some, God bless them. Do you understand what I mean? But to me, that's not going to bring back a dear lady or a dear gentleman or a dear little bairn, dear little adolescents or even dear elderly, like I say. That's not going to bring back their health, is it? And it's not going to bring back their life, is it? Do you see? So therefore, ka-ching does not solve, and I'm not laughing at that, by the way, my delicious babies, all the problems at all, does it? But certain and putrid little lackeys in different professions, so-called professions, you know, they seem to think that, oh yes, you know, just throw a bit of ka-ching, you know what I mean? That's if anybody's lucky enough to win a case. There we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, so yes, so that's another thing to look at. Now then, very lastly, my delicious babies, there we go. Oh yes, this is one I came across this morning, my delicious babies, again, come up on my feed. I've never seen them before. But what I will say, and I will admit this now, my delicious babies, I may take another little look at some other little videos of theirs. Some things, do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, this is on YouTube, my delicious babies. Oh, and by the way, you know when I said yesterday about our lovely, not in that way, our lovely David Icke and our lovely little Gareth Icke, you know, his dear little son. I said YouTube, didn't I, when I went flipping BitChute, where they have 109,000 and something now. 109, where's the, oh, there we go. 109,546 subscribers, my delicious babies. It was on BitChute, sorry, not on YouTube. I'm so sorry about that, but yes, okay. But you can usually find all these videos where you can on davidart.com, okay, my delicious babies. This last one here, okay, this uploader happens to have 7.56 thousand subscribers, my delicious babies. So it's 7.56 thousand subscribers, my delicious babies. Got to go and sort my dryer out in a minute. Okay, now then, and in YouTube, my delicious babies, if you could please and thank you type in. That's for anybody who, you know, shows an interest in anything I've said today. Peacekeepers, that's what the uploaders are called, peacekeepers, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, the video should read, pay your protection money or else, what the flipping name does, human rights. What, I've got to flipping read it now. It's right, it's going a bit. Let me start again, my delicious little babies. Pay your protection money or else. Human rights acts explained. Okay, my delicious little babies. Pay your protection money or else. Human rights acts explained. That's with the uploaders, peacekeepers on YouTube. Definitely on YouTube, my delicious babies. With 7.56 thousand subscribers. Now, what I did, because they say this at the beginning, okay, my delicious baby, so what I've done is I've wrote it down in brackets. And for those of you in the UK, my delicious little babies, okay, mind you, anybody who's not in the UK, my delicious little babies, okay, you know, you may be wanting to follow, if you have not already, to follow, you know, what's going on in the UK, okay, if it's part of your job role or something to look at these things. But I've wrote this down in brackets, legislation, which these two men talk about, legislation.gov.uk, my delicious little babies, okay, legislation.gov.uk. So for anybody who's so very kind to even, you know, stumble across my channel, okay, my delicious little babies, I'm writing in green lately, okay, my delicious little babies, so now I'm going to close my book, there's nothing else, is there? No. Okay, so for anybody who's interested, okay, in taking a look, well, it clearly states, you know, that, you know, which of course, you know, others have been talking about this long time. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious babies? And of course, you know, I've said, haven't I? You know, and we talk about on YouTube as well, you know, which I was done saying, you know, and even years back to do with the straw man on YouTube, the straw man, okay? But the fact of the matter is, yes, and I've also been saying over these months, haven't I, my delicious little babies, that what we're dealing with is an effing mafia. There we are. I was done saying it. My delicious little babies, do you say? And where they just want to dip in, dip out, take what they want. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. So you know, at the end of the day, I mean, that's a really interesting video. It's not very long. I think it's just over 30 minutes long now to the Stuck Babies, whereas the one that Strange News on BitChute uploaded, okay, because what they've done, the uploader, God bless, what they've done, well, God bless anybody who I advertise, okay, even if it's just a one-off, God bless everybody, okay, Mad Stuck Babies, you know, may everybody, you know, it's not a patronism, keep up the excellent work, okay. If you look at Strange News on BitChute, Mad Stuck Babies who I've advertised, well, it's very clear what they've done. They've sort of taken out, you know, from an over 3-hour video of Alex Jones over the pond in America, they've taken a piece out and that's what they've uploaded. Do you see what I mean, Mad Stuck Babies? But I'm sure that for most of you, Mad Stuck Babies, you will want, there we are, to listen to that video. Please and thank you. Do you see what I mean, Mad Delicious Little Babies, okay? But, see, I say, which I do, they're not going to get away. They're just not. Mad Delicious Little Babies, they seem to think that they're going to get away with things. It's like when I said, you know, like when they do all of these different, which they have been, haven't they, Mad Delicious Little Babies? I was done saying this how many weeks ago as well. You know, like where they have all of these inquiries and all this. Yes. What that's designed to do is to show us out here, oh yes, well we are doing something, when really they're doing F4. Do you know what I mean? They're just little men and little women in little suits. Do you see what I mean, Mad Little Babies? They're coming from behind the curtain, then another one pops out, then another one pops back behind the curtain. That's how it goes, Mad Little Babies, but they're not going to get away with this. They're not. They will not get away with this, okay? So no matter how hard they try to brush it under the carpet, and this is verbally, my delicious little babies, you know, it's just not going to wash. We have to look at who was in power at that particular time when they rolled out in each different country, because we know who was in power in old Born in the USA. We know who that was, don't we? My delicious Babies, yes. So we had, who did we have? We had Fauci. We had, what was it, Donald Trump? Yes, he still says to this day that that was one of his greatest achievements, yes. Do you see, my delicious Babies? I've mentioned, there we are, this before. He should have stuck to being a businessman. And then, of course, over in the UK, who did we have? The flipping PRRCK, who walks around like he's been pulled through a hedge backwards. There we are, backwards, my delicious babies, sorry. Boris Johnson. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yeah, so then they said that he went into hospital, apparently, you know, not being well or something. Well, I don't know. Ones have to question things, don't they? Oh, yes, and finally, my delicious babies. Then, of course, you know, not to mention the other prime ministers and whoever they are, you know, around the world. You know, you just have to look at, there we are, who was in power at the time. My delicious babies, you know, even if you had one or two who said, oh, you know, well, you know, our population, you know, ones in the population do not have to take it, you know, it's their choice. The fact of the matter is they were still in power. So no, I do not forget. And finally, oh yes, I've seen this on BitChute. It was only seconds long, actually. What was it, about 25 seconds long or something like that? The Hungarian Prime Minister, where he said that Ukraine, because we must remember at any war, you know, there are very sadly passings and very sadly a lot of severe injuries, okay? My delicious babies. That's why I'm never sad. But he said that Ukraine is not, you know, they're not fighting for Ukraine, which there we are, we know. We know these things now, don't we? My delicious babies. Oh, yes, of course, there's more news out, isn't there, to do with old Ukraine, with the old human trafficking, yes. My delicious babies. You see, there's that one, right? And there's Prague, and they're the most, there we are, corrupt. There we are. I've known this for years. Well, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes, nobody's surprised. Just like, where they said they found labs and everything in Ukraine. Well, do you see what I mean? I'm not surprised at all, my delicious little babies. When they mentioned that, it was a few weeks ago or something. Well, I'm not surprised at all, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Not surprised at all. You see? So you have to see what's, there we are, how this is rocking and rolling, what's going on there. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So until my next video, wherever you are in the world, my delicious little babies, have a super duper time. You only get one life, okay? And yes, please just look after yourselves, my delicious little babies. Please do. Because at the end of the day, we're in a bonkers, crackers and crazy world. You've got to try and lights off, keep up with things. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But sometimes it's rather difficult, But yes, and I hope that for some of you that you get the chance or opportunity at some point, or just a little bit of time out of your day or not, just to, take a listen to the videos that I have given out today, my delicious little babies. But I'd certainly say, please and thank you, listen to the one, yes. But yes, apparently, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. There will be more whistleblowers, do you say? And let's face it, when, say, for example, if you've taken something, you find that other ones, maybe because they're not happy, shall we say, because it's been done to them as well. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. Well, then they want to come out and say something. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And for others, they haven't taken anything, but maybe, they're now doing the right thing, and there we are, and speaking up about this. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But like I said, could have all been done, there we are, a lot sooner. Do you say? That's all I've got to say, but of course, like we say, better late than never, isn't it, my delicious babies? Anyway, that's the end of my video. So you just take care now, okay? Just please look after yourselves, my delicious babies. Much love and blessings to each and every one of you, okay? And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected, okay? Peace, love and harmony to each and every one of you. Till my next video, thank you so much for listening once again. Take care. Thank you. Goodbye.